Welcome back to the Top Liberty Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in coin collecting, Liberty coins, and a very special mention of the 1978 D coin and its current market value, history, and why collectors around the world are hunting for rare pieces that can turn small change into life-changing money. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks ordinary at first glance, something you might even ignore in your pocket. But hidden inside that metal is history, rarity, and sometimes a value that reaches into thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of coin collecting. It is not just about money, it is about discovery, knowledge, and the thrill of finding something rare. Liberty coins have always held a special place in the hearts of collectors. The word liberty itself represents freedom, history, and identity. These coins often feature beautiful designs that reflect the spirit of a nation. From flowing hair designs to seated Liberty and standing Liberty figures, each version carries its own era, its own story, and its own unique value in the market. Over the years, some Liberty coins have sold for incredible prices. Rare dates, mint errors, low production numbers, and perfect condition coins are the key factors that drive value. A coin that once cost just a few cents or $1 can now be worth thousands. In some cases, even more. That is why collectors are always searching, always checking, always hoping to find that one rare piece. Now let us talk about the 1978 D coin. At first glance, many people think modern coins like this cannot be valuable. They assume only very old coins are worth money. But that is not always true. The 1978 D coin, minted in Denver, is part of a modern era, yet it still holds interest among collectors. The value of a 1978 D coin depends on several important factors. Condition is everything. A coin that is worn and used will have very little value above its face value. But a coin that is in mint state, meaning it looks almost new, with sharp details and no scratches, can be worth much more. Collectors call this condition grading, and higher grades mean higher prices. Another factor is errors. Error coins are one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. These are coins that were not made perfectly at the mint. Maybe the design is off-center, maybe there is a double strike, or maybe there is a misprint. These mistakes make the coin unique, and collectors love unique items. A rare error on a 1978 D coin can increase its value significantly. There are also special finishes and rare variations that can make a huge difference. Even a small difference in design or minting process can turn a common coin into a rare treasure. That is why experienced collectors always examine coins carefully, looking for details that others might miss. When we talk about current market value, it is important to understand that prices can change. The coin market is always moving. Demand increases, new collectors enter the market, and rare coins become even harder to find. All of this affects price. While many 1978 D coins are only worth a small amount, rare high-grade examples or error coins can reach much higher values. There are stories in the coin world where people have found valuable coins in their everyday change. Imagine checking your pocket and discovering a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It sounds unbelievable, but it has happened many times. That is why checking your coins is always worth it. Liberty coins in general have seen strong demand in the market. Collectors are drawn to their historical significance and artistic beauty. Some Liberty coins from earlier periods have reached incredible auction prices. These coins are not just currency, they are pieces of art and history combined. The idea of a coin being worth a lot of money comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. If a coin is rare and collectors want it, the price will rise. If it is also in excellent condition, the value increases even more. This is why some coins sell for prices that seem unbelievable. Now imagine a number like $787,976.25. It sounds massive, almost unreal. While not every coin reaches such a value, the coin market has seen sales that come close to such figures. High-end rare coins, especially those with historical importance or extreme rarity, can reach incredible prices at auctions. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know what you might find. A simple coin could be just a coin, or it could be something extraordinary. The thrill of the hunt is what keeps collectors going. If you are new to coin collecting, start by checking your coins carefully. Look at the year, the mint mark, and the condition. Use a magnifying glass if you can. Learn about different types of errors and variations. The more you know, the better your chances of finding something valuable. For experienced collectors, the search never stops. Even after years of collecting, there is always something new to discover. The market evolves, new information comes out, and hidden treasures are still being found. The 1978 D coin is a reminder that even modern coins can have value. It teaches us that age is not the only factor. Condition, rarity, and uniqueness are just as important. So never ignore a coin just because it looks common. As we continue exploring the world of Liberty coins, remember that each coin has a story. Some stories are simple, while others are filled with history, mystery, and incredible value. That is what makes this hobby so special. Stay curious, keep searching, and always check your change. Because the next coin you find might not just be money, it might be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in the world of numismatics, Liberty coins, their incredible journey through history, and how certain coins from around 1980 and earlier have shocked collectors by reaching astonishing market values, sometimes climbing toward figures like $787,976 and beyond depending on rarity, condition, and demand. Imagine holding a small coin in your hand, something that may look ordinary at first glance, yet carries decades or even centuries of history. Liberty coins are not just currency, they are symbols of freedom, identity, and craftsmanship. The image of liberty has appeared on many coins over time, representing hope, independence, and the spirit of a nation. This powerful symbol is one of the main reasons collectors around the world are obsessed with these coins. The story begins in the late 18th and early 19th centuries when Liberty first appeared on coins. Early designs showed her with flowing hair, a cap, or a crown, each version representing different artistic styles and historical moments. Over time, these designs evolved into some of the most iconic coins ever produced, including the Morgan dollar, Peace dollar, Walking Liberty half dollar, and Standing Liberty quarter. Now let's move towards something that really excites collectors, the connection between older Liberty designs and coins around 1980. While 1980 itself may not seem like a rare year at first, the value of coins is never just about the date. It's about mint errors, limited production runs, proof versions, and most importantly, condition. A coin from 1980 in perfect, uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more than a worn coin from an earlier period, but here is where things get truly interesting. Some Liberty-themed coins and older pieces discovered or traded around the 1980 market era started gaining attention. Collectors began realizing that certain rare varieties, especially those with minting errors or low mintage numbers, were extremely valuable. Coins that once circulated for face value suddenly became hidden treasures. For example, Liberty coins with double die errors, off-center strikes, or unique mint marks can increase in value dramatically. A coin that looks slightly unusual might actually be worth thousands. This is why collectors always examine coins carefully, sometimes using magnifying tools to identify small details that can change everything. Condition plays a massive role. A coin graded in near-perfect condition can multiply its value many times over. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on shine, scratches, and overall preservation. A Liberty coin that has never been used in circulation and still has its original luster can be considered a top-tier collectible. Now let's talk about the high-end market, where values reach unbelievable levels. Rare Liberty coins, especially older ones in exceptional condition, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some auctions have even pushed prices close to or beyond $787,976 depending on rarity and demand. These are not everyday coins, they are once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. One reason for these extreme prices is scarcity. When only a few examples of a coin exist, collectors compete fiercely to own one. This competition drives prices higher and higher. Combine rarity with historical significance, and you get a coin that becomes more than just currency, it becomes an investment and a piece of art. Another factor is storytelling. Every Liberty coin carries a story from the era it was minted. Some were created during times of war, economic change, or major national events. Owning such a coin is like owning a piece of that moment in history. This emotional connection increases its desirability and value. The market for coins has also changed over time. Back in the 1980s, coin collecting started becoming more organized and global. Auctions, catalogs, and collector communities grew rapidly. Prices began to rise as more people became aware of rare coins and their potential value. What might have been overlooked before suddenly became highly sought after. Today, with online platforms and global collectors, the market is even stronger. A rare Liberty coin can attract buyers from all over the world within seconds. This global demand continues to push prices upward, making coin collecting not just a hobby but a serious investment opportunity. That if you are watching this right now, there is a chance that you might already have a valuable coin without even realizing it. Old coin collections, inherited boxes, or even coins found in everyday circulation can sometimes hold hidden gems. The key is knowledge and careful observation. Always check for mint marks, unusual designs, errors, and overall condition. Even a small difference can mean a huge change in value. Coins from around 1980 might not seem special, but specific rare versions or error coins from that era can still surprise you. Collectors often say that patience is the most important skill. You might search through hundreds of coins before finding something valuable, but when you do, it can change everything. That one discovery could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands. The world of Liberty coins is vast, exciting, and full of mystery. From early historical pieces to modern collectibles, every coin has the potential to tell a story and hold incredible value. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, there is always something new to learn and discover. So next time you see a coin, don't just ignore it. Take a closer look. That small piece of metal could be a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. And who knows, it might even be worth a life-changing amount of money. Stay connected with Coins for more deep dives into rare coins, hidden values, and amazing discoveries that can turn everyday items into extraordinary wealth. Today we are diving into something truly fascinating, something that has captured collectors, investors, and treasure hunters for generations. Liberty coins. These iconic pieces are not just currency, they are history in your hands, symbols of freedom, power, and in some cases, life-changing value. Imagine holding a coin that was minted over a century ago, passed through countless hands, survived wars, economic crashes, and still today could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of Liberty coins. Let's begin with what makes Liberty coins so special. The word liberty itself represents freedom, independence, and identity. For many years, Liberty was the face of American coinage. From flowing hair designs to seated figures and later the famous Walking Liberty, these coins tell a story of a nation evolving through time. Now let's talk about history. The earliest Liberty coins date back to the late 1700s and early 1800s. Back then, coins were not just money, they were art. Each design was carefully crafted to reflect the values of the nation. You had the flowing hair Liberty, then the draped bust, followed by the seated Liberty design which lasted for decades. These coins were made of precious metals like silver and gold. That alone gives them intrinsic value. But what truly makes them valuable is rarity, condition, and historical importance. Over time, many of these coins were melted, lost, or damaged. That means the ones that survived in good condition are extremely rare today. Now let's jump to something very interesting. Many people search for specific years, and one year that often comes up is 1991. Now here is the truth. By 1991, classic Liberty designs were no longer in circulation in the same way as older coins. However, Liberty as a symbol still appears in modern coinage and commemorative issues. Coins from 1991 themselves are generally not rare unless they have errors or special mint conditions. But here is where things get exciting. Sometimes, a coin that looks ordinary can turn out to be extremely valuable due to minting errors. These errors can include double strikes, off-center prints, missing elements, or unusual metal composition. A 1991 coin with a rare mint error could potentially be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its uniqueness and condition, but when people talk about Liberty coins being worth huge amounts like hundreds of thousands or even more, they are usually referring to older coins. Let's explore that. Some Liberty coins have sold for massive prices. Coins like early Liberty Head gold pieces or rare date-seeded Liberty dollars have fetched incredible amounts at auctions. The reason is simple. Low mintage, high demand, and excellent preservation. Collectors are willing to pay huge money for coins that are rare and beautiful. And when a coin has both history and rarity, its value skyrockets. Condition plays a massive role. A coin in poor condition might be worth only its metal value. But the same coin in mint condition can be worth hundreds of times more. That is why grading is so important in coin collecting. Professional grading services examine coins and assign them a grade. This grade directly affects the market value. Now let's talk about current market trends. The coin market is always changing. Prices depend on demand, economic conditions, and collector interest. Recently, there has been a growing interest in physical assets like coins and precious metals. Why? Because they are tangible. You can hold them. Unlike digital assets, coins have a physical presence and a long history of value. Liberty coins, especially older ones, continue to perform strongly in the market. Rare pieces are becoming harder to find, which increases their value over time. Some collectors buy coins as a hobby. Others see them as an investment. And some are simply passionate about history. Now imagine finding a rare Liberty coin in your collection or even in everyday change. It sounds unbelievable, but it has happened before. There are stories of people discovering valuable coins in old boxes, inherited collections, or even pocket change. That is why knowledge is power in this field. You need to know what to look for. Check the date. Check the mint mark. Look for unusual features. Even small details can make a huge difference in value. Let's talk about value ranges. Common Liberty coins might be worth a few dollars to a few $100s. But rare ones, especially those in excellent condition, can reach thousands or even hundreds of thousands. Some extremely rare coins have even crossed the $1 million mark at auctions. Now think about that. A small piece of metal, once used for everyday transactions, now worth more than a luxury house. That is the power of rarity and history combined. Another important factor is authenticity. As values increase, so does the risk of counterfeit coins. That is why serious collectors always verify their coins through trusted experts. Never rely on guesswork when dealing with potentially valuable coins. Now let's bring everything together. Liberty coins are more than just collectibles. They are a connection to the past. They represent art, history, and financial opportunity. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, there is always something new to learn and discover. Maybe you already have a hidden treasure and you just don't know it. So next time you see an old coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. It might just change your life. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Liberty coins, make sure to stay connected with the channel Coins, because we bring you the most exciting stories, values, and secrets from the world of coin collecting. Your next coin could be your biggest discovery. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating story that could completely change the way you look at coins in your wallet. This is not just about old metal pieces. This is about history, rarity, mystery, and the possibility that a single coin could be worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, maybe slightly worn, maybe tucked away in a drawer for years. Now imagine that same coin being valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this is exactly what has happened in the world of rare coins, and today we are focusing on one of the most talked about pieces among collectors, the 1992 D coin, along with the legendary Liberty-themed coins that have captured attention worldwide. Let's begin with something important. Most people think valuable coins must be extremely old, maybe from ancient times or centuries ago. But that is not always true. Some of the most valuable coins come from modern years, and the 1992 D is one of those surprising examples. What makes this coin special is not just its age, but the rare variations and minting errors that can turn it from a simple coin into a collector's dream. the 1992 D coin was minted in Denver, which is what the small letter D represents. Millions of these coins were produced, but only a tiny number have specific features that collectors search for. One of the most famous variations is the close AM variety. In simple words, the letters A and M in the word America appear very close together instead of having a noticeable gap. This tiny difference is almost invisible to the untrained eye, but to collectors, it is everything. Now here is where things get exciting. A genuine 1992 D close AM coin in excellent condition can sell for thousands of dollars, and in some rare cases, values can skyrocket depending on grading, condition, and demand. While claims of extreme values like hundreds of thousands or more often depend on exceptional circumstances, auctions have proven that rare coins can indeed reach astonishing prices, but let's not stop there. The story becomes even more interesting when we bring Liberty coins into the conversation. Liberty coins are among the most iconic designs in coin history. The image of Liberty represents freedom, strength, and the spirit of a nation. Over the years, different versions of Liberty have appeared on coins, each with unique designs and historical significance. Collectors are especially drawn to Liberty coins because they combine beauty with rarity. Coins like the Walking Liberty $50 or the Liberty Head designs are not just currency, they are pieces of art. Some of these coins were minted in limited numbers, while others became rare due to circulation wear, melting, or historical events. Now imagine combining rarity, history, and condition. This is where the real money comes in. A Liberty coin in mint condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or error, can sell for massive amounts. Some coins have reached prices that shock even experienced collectors. Back to the 1992 D, what should you look for if you want to find one of these valuable coins? First, check the date carefully. Make sure it clearly reads 1992. Next, look for the D mint mark, usually found below the date. Then, examine the word America on the reverse side. If the A and M are very close together, you might be holding something special. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin that is scratched, worn, or damaged will be worth less than one that looks fresh and untouched. Professional grading services can evaluate coins and assign them a grade, which significantly affects their value. Even a small difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars in price difference. Now let's talk about why some coins reach extreme values like the figure you mentioned. Prices like that usually come from a combination of rarity, demand, historical importance, and condition. Sometimes, two collectors really want the same coin, and bidding wars drive the price incredibly high. This is how records are broken in auctions. Another important factor is error coins. These are coins that were mistakenly minted with unusual features. It could be double stamping, misalignment, or design differences. These errors are not supposed to happen, which is exactly why they are so valuable. Think about it like this. In a world where millions of coins are identical, anything different becomes rare. And anything rare becomes valuable. Many people have found valuable coins in unexpected places. Old jars, inherited collections, forgotten drawers, or even loose change from shops. The key is awareness. Most people don't know what to look for, so they miss valuable coins every day. That if you are serious about coin collecting, start by learning the basics. Study coin designs, mint marks, and common errors. Invest in a magnifying glass or coin loop. Handle coins carefully and store them properly to maintain their condition. The world of coins is not just about money. It is about discovery, patience, and excitement. Every coin has a story. Some tell stories of history, while others tell stories of mistakes that turned into treasure. And here is the most exciting part. There are still valuable coins out there waiting to be found. Not locked away in museums, not owned by collectors, but circulating in everyday life. That means anyone, including you, could find one. So next time you receive change, don't just put it in your pocket. Take a moment, look closely, check the details. You might be holding something far more valuable than you realize. This is coins, where every piece of metal could be a hidden fortune. Stay curious, keep searching, and remember, treasure is often closer than you think. Today you are about to discover something that most people overlook every single day: coins that look ordinary but can secretly be worth life-changing money. Imagine holding a small piece of metal in your hand that could be worth hundreds, thousands, even close to $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, but it's real. And today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in the coin world: Liberty coins, their history, rare examples, and how a coin from the 1990s like 1996 could connect to values that shock collectors across the world. Let's start with the magic of Liberty coins. The word Liberty on a coin is not just decoration. It represents freedom, history, and the identity of a nation. For over a century, Liberty designs have appeared on some of the most iconic coins ever minted. From flowing hair designs to seated figures and later modern interpretations, Liberty has always symbolized pride and value. Collectors are obsessed with Liberty coins for a reason. These coins are not just currency. They are historical artifacts. Each one tells a story about the time it was made, the economy, the design trends, and even the political environment. And when rarity meets condition, that is where the real money begins. Now let's talk about why some Liberty coins can reach insane prices. There are a few key factors that determine value. First is rarity. If only a few coins were made or if many were lost over time, the remaining pieces become extremely valuable. Second is condition. A coin that looks almost untouched, with sharp details and original shine, can be worth many times more than a worn one. Third is demand. If collectors want it badly, the price goes up. Simple but powerful. Now here's where things get interesting. Many people think only very old coins are valuable. But that is not always true. Even modern coins like those from the 1990s can carry surprising value if they have errors, limited mintages, or special features. Let's focus on the 1996 coin year. On the surface, it may seem like just another year. But in the world of coin collecting, certain 1996 coins have caught attention due to mint errors, proof versions, and special editions. Some of these coins, especially in perfect condition or with rare characteristics, can sell for much higher than their face value. Now imagine finding a Liberty-themed coin connected to that era or inspired by classic Liberty designs. The value can increase dramatically if it combines modern minting with historical symbolism. That is where collectors get excited. There are stories in the coin world of people finding coins in pocket change that turned out to be worth thousands. And in rare cases, extremely unique coins with special errors or limited releases have reached astonishing values. We are talking about prices that can climb into hundreds of thousands. Some rare coins in the broader Liberty category have even crossed values close to $700,000 or more, depending on condition and rarity. Think about that for a moment. A small coin, worth more than a house. Now let's go deeper into what makes a Liberty coin truly special. The design itself plays a huge role. Coins with detailed engravings, beautiful portraits, and symbolic elements tend to attract more collectors. If the Liberty figure is well crafted and historically significant, demand increases. Mint marks are another important factor. Coins produced in different mints can have different values. Sometimes a coin from a specific mint location becomes rare simply because fewer were produced there. So always check the tiny letters on your coin. They can change everything. Errors are where things become really exciting. A small mistake during minting can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure. Misprints, double strikes, off-center designs, or missing elements can make a coin extremely rare. And collectors love errors because no two are exactly the same. Now let's connect all of this to the current market. The coin market today is stronger than ever. Online auctions, collector communities, and global demand have pushed prices higher. Coins that were once ignored are now being rediscovered and reevaluated. A coin that might have sold for a few dollars years ago could now be worth hundreds or even thousands. And rare Liberty coins continue to break records. The excitement is real because new discoveries are still being made. Imagine going through your old coins, maybe from your childhood or from family collections. Hidden among them could be something extraordinary. That is the thrill of coin collecting. It is like a treasure hunt where the reward could be massive. Now here is something most beginners don't realize. Even if you don't find $1 million coin, collecting itself can still be profitable. Buying coins at the right time, keeping them in good condition, and selling when demand rises can generate serious returns, but patience is key. The biggest collectors in the world did not become successful overnight. They studied coins, learned about history, and understood the market. And that is exactly what you are starting to do right now. Let's talk about preservation. If you think you have a valuable coin, never clean it. Cleaning can actually reduce its value because collectors prefer original condition. Store coins in protective holders and keep them away from moisture and damage. Authentication is also very important. If you believe your coin is rare, get it checked by a professional grading service. They can confirm its authenticity and condition, which can significantly increase its market value. Now picture this. One day, you find a coin. It looks simple at first. But you notice something different. Maybe the design is slightly off, maybe the condition is perfect, or maybe it has a rare marking. You do some research, and suddenly you realize, this coin could be worth thousands. That moment is what every collector dreams of. The world of Liberty coins is full of mystery, history, and opportunity. Whether it is a classic design from the past or a surprising find from a modern year like 1996, the potential is always there. So start looking at your coins differently. Don't just see them as money. See them as pieces of history, as hidden treasures, as opportunities waiting to be discovered. And remember, the next valuable coin could already be in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of Liberty coins and hidden values, make sure to stay connected with coins because we are just getting started. There are many more secrets, rare finds, and unbelievable stories coming your way.